we help direct the students in their identification of gemstones. We'll give them a stone. They have to do all the specific tests for it, optical, physical tests, visual tests, etc., and to identify the end result, the end stone. We'll point out things that they may need to look at again, other things that they may need to consider before they come up with their answer. It's sort of like acting like Sherlock Holmes.
The key, or the very first thing that students must identify is whether it's a natural stone or whether it's a synthetic manufactured stone. So they must be able to do that. The difference is many, many thousands of dollars often in the value of a stone. And of course have to be able to identify what the stone is. What they're required to do is use their powers of observations to look inside the stone, and there's sort of knowledge that goes with that certain stones have certain inclusions. But the other half of the diagnosis is in fact using their instruments, and one of the key bits is to trust what they see on the instruments. Gemmology is not an exact science. The pass mark, you really should be aiming to get all stones right. There's a little bit of leeway where you can lose some marks for getting some observations wrong, but you really can't afford to get more than about one or at the very most two wrong in your exam.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-year course. The first year is really about learning to use the instruments. So a whole year is spent on how to use this instrument, how to use that instrument, and this second year is where you apply it and go into the diagnosis stage. So it's really comprehensive training, and most students really get through it with that level of training. It's a really good course. Oh, well, how much money have you got?
Fluoroscope just shows whether it's doubly refractive or singly refractive.
I'm actually testing my mum's ring to see if it's a real amethyst or not.
A diachroscope, which will show me the colours down the different optic axes. Chelsea filter, which will show me what the stone's been coloured by. And my hand lens, which will show me inclusions and different sort of growth features and that sort of thing.
First off, we start with a spot reading, which gives us a rough idea of what the range that we may be looking for within the stone. I am testing this red stone in the refractometer.
Just looking at a number of red stones. This one looks like it's going to be a corundum. Corundums are pretty problematic because there's a lot of synthetics on the market, so it's good to know your corundums. There's also a lot of material coming out that's been fracture filled or had a lot of treatments done to it. So it's a very wide area that you've got to know a lot about. So you tend to spend a lot of time on the red stones and sapphires as well, but the corundum or the ruby corundums are the most valuable. So yeah, a lot to know about that area.
Because I'm head of department for a jewellery auction house, I thought that it's about time I got some qualifications behind me. So that's why I'm doing it.
Well, it's important for me because I'm a jeweler by trade and I'm a master jeweler, and it's just an extension of what I do, and I run a business, so it's all comes very handy to be able to provide customers with the answers. The UV light is in another room. It's a special room, dark room, where we store the UV light and spectroscope.